Alright, I'm here. I'm doing it. What's today's video about? Well, first of all, welcome back to my channel and happy Friday. Today, is this like a vastly inappropriate top to be wearing on a business YouTube? Let me know. I'm having second thoughts, but not enough to actually bother to go change. What is today's video about? Today's video is about a question that I get asked every now and then that really surprises me. Is Facebook dying out? Is it even worth the time? Is the fly that is flying around my face going to leave? The door is that way. No? Okay. Yeah, I get asked all the time whether Facebook is dying out, and I find that very, very funny because A, you're asking me, I work on Facebook all the time. Obviously, I'm going to hope to hell no, because what am I going to do with my life? But also, does it really look like it's dying out? I mean, it could, but it's not. End of video. Facebook is not dying out. Let's unpack it a little bit more. So, why do people tend to think that it's dying out? Well, there are a few valid reasons. The first being that the younger generation just really doesn't use Facebook. They're not on the platform at all. But that is to be expected. If your parents and your grandparents and your aunties are all doing something, you're going to be like, that is so lame. I am not doing that. You were a young person once. You weren't doing what your parents were doing. You're like, ugh, I'm not doing that. So that's step one, or reason one. Reason two is they have no need for it. Why do we use Facebook? Obviously, we use Facebook because all our friends and family there. So that cuts that out for them because all their friends are like, ew, I don't want to do what my parents are doing. And young kids also don't want to be connected with their family. When I was young, I blocked my mum so she could not see what I was doing ever. So they're obviously not going to join a platform where their parents are joining. So we go where our friends and family are, so we're on Facebook. We're also there because of events. Kids aren't going to events. You get sent an invite to your friend's birthday party. That's about as close to it as you're going to get. But kids aren't going like raves and shit. They're just, the stuff on there just isn't relevant to them anymore. And another point that's kind of a little bit sadder, but our attention spans are just dropping massively all of the time, especially for younger people, and myself included. And Facebook, we probably, when it first came out, we were like, oh my god, everything's so short. Like, I'm used to reading books or newspapers. But now, Facebook is long form content. They want to look at Instagrams and TikToks where they get instant gratification, instant knowledge. So there's that as well. But it's not dying out with any of the other generations. In fact, Facebook is still the largest platform and the most highly used platform in the world. It might not be growing at the rate that TikTok is, but that's because it's hard to grow when you've got almost everyone on you already, right? So in that respect, it's not dying out at all. It's still got the most people on it out of any platform, and that is good for you. But I think the reason why business owners ask me this is because they're hoping I'll say yes. They're hoping I'll say yes, it is dying out, because let's face it, you're getting to a point with Facebook where either you have to spend a lot of time working on your content or you have to pay to play. And neither of those are very sexy to business owners because it's either expensive or time consuming, which is also expensive for a business owner because time is money. And so if you can find out, oh, that platform's dying, I don't have to use it anymore, that's kind of a relief. So that's why people ask me, I feel like. And it's true. You do have to pay to play or spend a lot of time on your content these days. But it is still the largest cohesive platform of people on the planet. So your audience is likely there unless they're really young. So it's worth it. Where else are you using your marketing otherwise? If you're on Instagram and TikTok, this isn't a jab at you by any means. I don't think people should have to be on every platform. But I think if you're looking at the cheapest or most effective way to market to your audience, it's still going to be Facebook as long as they're there, and they are there. So unfortunately, it's not dying out. But something else I see is people going, Facebook is killing the small business, and they're usually saying that because of the pay-to-play situation. And what that means is, oh, my content's not going to be seen unless I boost it, which isn't true if you're creating good content, but it is the easiest way to get your content seen. But does that mean that Facebook is killing the small business? I mean, did people say that about Google when Google tightened its SEO? Or when they advanced their ads so that it became too complicated for the everyday person to create? No, I don't think I've ever heard someone say Google is killing the small business. If anything, Google has made it better for the small business, right? Because we can advertise much easier than we could back in the day when you had to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for TV ads, radio ads, newspaper ads, billboards. It's still much cheaper, and that's the same for Facebook. Yeah, you have to start paying or really making good content, but it's still cheaper than getting a billboard. So how is that Facebook killing the small business? Facebook relies on small businesses to live. They don't want to kill them off. So while it can be a tough pill to swallow that sometimes you need to invest money in it, it's still important for your marketing as long as your audience is on there. And I can probably bet that your audience is. Does this mean that a business has to have Facebook to survive, or even social media to survive? No, absolutely not. Never in a million years will you have to have social media to survive, and more power to you if you don't want it. I completely understand. But if you have identified that your audience is on there, and if you have identified that they're going to want to see your content and you can advertise on there, then it could be something to look into. And I don't think you should worry about it dying out anytime soon. Because the day it does die out, I'll be asking for a job because I won't have one anymore. I think this video was all over the show. I'm sorry if it was. And I'm sorry if it seemed rude or ranty. I didn't mean it that way, but oh my god. What a day I have had. TGIF. Yes? Okay. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any contrary evidence to tell me that Facebook is in fact dying out, I'd love to see it. And I'll see you next Friday. Bye!